Ok, bueno, gracias a todos por participar. Bienvenidos a esta primera sesión de orientación para el próximo fall semester en la Universidad Adolfo Ibáñez. Un poco sobre nosotros, about our staff. We're just a 6-people team. It's just a small team, but you can see who we are and who are in charge of every area. As I said at the beginning, I'm the incoming coordinator, so you already have my email, so you can contact me by email or by WhatsApp, but we're gonna be in constant communication during the semester. La Universidad Adolfo Ibáñez comenzó o se creó en 1953 as a business school, started as a business school. And along the years, you can see it was transforming into the university that it is today. We have 8 faculties and schools. So you will be able to take, if you're planning to take courses with local students, you're going to be able to take courses any of those faculties, except of the government school, because that's only for postgraduate courses. Entonces, como ustedes pueden ver, la universidad comenzó en 1953 y a lo largo de los años se convirtió en lo que es hoy día una escuela, una universidad, con 8 escuelas y facultades de las cuales ustedes podrán tomar cursos si planean tomar cursos con locales. We have 2 campuses, one in Santiago, another in Viña del Mar. The one in Santiago is really big in comparison to the one in Viña del Mar, so you can just see some numbers there. Both are really different. One is located in the mountains, in the Andes, and the other one is up on a hill with an amazing view of the ocean. Today it's sunny, but it's really cold because we're just about to start our winter. So sometimes you don't have a good view of the ocean, but when it's sunny, it's amazing. And of course, in Santiago, when it's when there's snow, it's amazing, an amazing view at the campus. So you already choose one of this campus, but just so you know, you're still on time to change to the other one if you want. Yeah, we can talk about that later. Ya, así que tenemos una increíble vista en cualquiera de los 2 campus. Ustedes ya eligieron en cuál de los 2 campus van a estudiar, pero de todas maneras están a tiempo de cambiarse al otro campus si es que fuera necesario. I already informed you about this. Probably you already decide to apply for the visa or to use the permiso transitorio. So I'm just gonna go ahead and we can talk about this later, but I'm interested to know what did you decide. So I'm gonna ask you about this later and I will answer your questions. ¿Ya? Si ya decidieron el permiso o la visa, probablemente eso ya está listo, pero podemos conversar al final de esta sesión. Desde el 9 de mayo no hay requisitos relacionados con el COVID, por ejemplo, para entrar a Chile. Solamente necesitas tener la documentación básica, ¿cierto? Para viajar a otro país. Nada específico en relación a PCRs o certificates, ¿ya? Es mucho más fácil. Of course, you later will be able to check those links that are shown here, but that's a link to a website where you can check if there are news in regards to this. But at the moment, there are not specific requirements to enter Chile, just the basic requirements to travel to a different country. As you know, we don't offer housing options because our universities in Chile doesn't offer this service. So most of you already rented a room or an apartment, but in case you're still looking for places, we have living in Santiago Exchange, of course, in Santiago, as housing companies. And we also have Unihome in Viña del Mar and Valparaíso. And Nexo Chile, this is a host family services. So I know some of you are part of programs that already have these services through Nexo Chile, but in case you would like to live with a host family, you can contact Nexo Chile. ¿Ya? Así que probablemente la mayoría de ustedes ya tiene el housing o un lugar donde vivir, pero tenemos estas opciones en caso de que alguien necesite encontrar alguna agencia o algún servicio de alojamiento, o en el caso de que quieran vivir con una familia anfitriona. ¿Qué hacer para tener una gran experiencia en la UAI? Primero que todo, ser parte de nuestras actividades. Vamos a tener el Welcome Day y también vamos a tener una Farewell Activity en el campus. Tenemos una gran biblioteca, tal vez no tan grande en comparación a sus propias universidades, pero para los estándares de Chile es una gran universidad, una gran librería, biblioteca en nuestros campus, en ambos campus. Entonces, tienen mucho material al cual pueden acceder ahí. Tenemos gimnasio también, el cual ustedes pueden usar para ejercitarse. Pueden pasar tiempo, conocer más gente, disfrutando en nuestra cafetería, en el casino, que es el lugar para comer. Tenemos talleres como Extra Academic Workshops a los que pueden acceder también. Esta información se entrega luego de que ha comenzado el semestre. Esto es muy importante. It's really important to be an ambassador of your country and university. Muy, muy, muy importante que puedan llegar a la universidad siendo embajadores de su universidad y de sus países y participar en nuestras actividades internacionales en el campus. También pueden ser parte de los equipos deportivos de la universidad. So if you play soccer, basketball, you can try for the sport teams and you can be part of the team and play against other universities and in championships and all that. La universidad ofrece muchas actividades. There's a lot of student life on campus. So there are a lot of activities. And the idea is that you can be part of that. Así que de cualquier actividad que hay en el campus, tienen que participar, tienen que aprovechar todas las actividades que hay para todos los estudiantes, ¿ya? Porque ustedes van a ser parte de toda la comunidad UAI. También pueden ser parte de student organizations. You can be part of that. That information will be shared with you after the semester starts, but there are a lot of organizations I'm going to show you later. Y también ustedes van a contar con el apoyo de ESA en Santiago y EST en Viña del Mar. Those are two also students organizations that work close with the international office, and they accompany international students along the semester. They are some of our buddies and some international students from last year. So you will have a lot of fun, a lot of friends, and they will organize a lot of activities during the semester. So you will start to get in contact with them soon. They will also create a WhatsApp group so you can start communication with them, and they will be planning the first activities for you once you arrive here in Chile. So ESA and EST, as you can see, they work along with us. Estas son algunas de las organizaciones en las que ustedes podrían participar, en las que podrían ser parte. Luego pueden chequear los links y revisar cuáles son las alternativas que hay permanentemente for all students. So you can be part of this. You can check the links and then you can have an idea of which organizations you would like to know and maybe be part of them. Sports is really important here at the university. Local students need to have 8 semesters of sports in order to graduate. ¿Ya? Para los estudiantes locales, el deporte es obligatorio. ¿Ya? Deben cumplir 8 semestres para poder graduarse. Por lo tanto, hay mucha vida deportiva en el campus. That's why you can also join the teams, as I mentioned before. It's really important. Sports is really important for the university and for local students. Here are some of the academic workshops I was mentioned. So this will be offered probably during the month of August, and then you can sign up for those. And they meet once a week during the whole semester. There's also an English program because English is also mandatory for local students, and you can be part of this, working along with the professors, and you can also participate during hangout sessions to help in pronunciation and other activities with local students. Yes, I was mentioned that, Sasha. I'm going to share this document later so you can check the links, and I will also share this session. La universidad también ofrece estas otras 4 áreas de apoyo. So the university offers also these 4 areas of support for students. DAE, Dirección de Asuntos Estudiantiles, that's the Students Affairs Office. CADE, that's a Centro de Asesoramiento y Desarrollo Estudiantil. This is mainly counseling. There's a psychologist there that helps students in anything they may need. If you're experiencing homesick or cultural shock, you can also get a counseling session with the psychologist. And also if you're, I don't know, failing in one of your classes or you're dealing with something academic and need support, you can also talk to her. ¿Ya? Entonces, en cuanto al counseling del CADE, puede ser si es que necesitas apoyo psicológico porque estás sintiendo alguna etapa de choque cultural o alguna situación personal, te está costando adaptarte a Chile, puedes hablar con ella, y también si es que necesitas apoyo en el sentido académico, ya si estás, te está yendo mal, estás teniendo malas calificaciones en una clase, también puedes contar con el apoyo de la psicóloga. Y por otro lado tenemos la enfermería, ya, first aid services. There's a small room on campus, yeah, it's not a big enfermería, yeah, but they offer first aid services. Unfortunately, we have had 2 accidents on campus this semester, but they are going to be the first one to come and to support our students. For us, it's really important to know if you have, of course, we understand all the privacy policies, but it's important for us to know if you have any kind of medical situation, a disease or something. We will keep that information in private, but for us, it's really important to know if there's a chance that you may have an accident or an important medical situation on campus or while you are here in Chile. Yeah, so I'm gonna talk about this, or I'm gonna send you an email actually about this later, but it's really important that you can trust us with that information. Como decía, hemos tenido 2 accidentes en el campus este semestre, ¿ya? Y la enfermera ha sido la primera en acercarse y prestar apoyo a los estudiantes. Pero quiero insistir en que, aunque entendemos las políticas de privacidad de datos, es muy importante para nosotros que ustedes puedan compartirnos si tienen alguna enfermedad, alguna condición médica importante, que sea relevante informar en caso de que puedan sufrir un accidente o algún malestar debido a esa situación, ¿ya? Para estar atentos. Entonces voy a enviarles un email acerca de eso para solicitar que puedan compartirnos la información que ustedes puedan. Y por último, tenemos también el apoyo académico en el caso de que necesiten extra apoyo por una condición tal vez de mucha dificultad en una clase en español o porque el contenido es muy complejo, también pueden solicitar apoyo académico. Okay? And last, this academic support offers help in anything related to academics if you're dealing with bad grades and you need extra help and you need something, you need to know what else to do. Of course, if you need help, don't wait until the last week of the semester. You need to let us know in advance. Okay, so that way we can have enough time to help you and to do something, but you will have this academic support if you need it. También la universidad les ofrece el servicio de buses de acercamiento, ¿ya? Tenemos shuttle buses, son gratis y tienen recorridos por distintas partes de la ciudad, ¿ya? Luego también van a poder chequear los links, pero no hay transporte público hacia el campus, ni en Santiago ni en Viña del Mar, ¿ya? Por eso tenemos shuttle buses. Ya no hay, there's not public transportation to any of both campuses. So that's why we offer this shuttle buses, so you can check later on our website the schedules and where the bus stops are, so you can know that in advance. For Welcome Day, we'll have special buses for you. You don't need to take these shuttle buses on a specific time, or you don't need to find out where you can wait for the bus. We will give you specific information for Welcome Day. Okay, so there's going to be just one bus stop at the same time for everyone to take that bus on that day. Bueno, and to sum up, la universidad ofrece cafeterías, computer labs, capilla, primeros auxilios o servicios primarios de salud, gimnasios, biblioteca, áreas de descanso o para compartir o estar más relajado, los buses de acercamiento y salas de estudio. This is all the services and facilities available for you on campus. You will get to know all the campus, or most of the campus, during Welcome Day. You will have a tour around the campus, so you will get to see all these services I'm mentioning here. Now I'm gonna check the academic calendar. We're gonna have another session on July 5th to talk about academics. I'm gonna share the academic offer before, but on that day, I will show you how to enroll courses, when that will be, and anything that you may know about academics, our university platforms and all that. Well, now you can see the enrollment of courses is going to be on July 20 and 21. And Welcome Day, it's going to be the 26th in Santiago, the 27th in Viña del Mar, and classes will begin on July 31st. ¿Ya? Aquí pueden ver entonces el calendario académico. Vamos a tener otra sesión de orientación el 5 de julio para hablar específicamente de todos los aspectos académicos, cómo registrar los cursos, cuáles son nuestras plataformas en la universidad, todo lo necesario para prepararse para comenzar el semestre y todo lo relacionado con lo académico. El registro de cursos va a ser los días 20 y 21 de julio y vamos a tener nuestra bienvenida en Santiago el 26, en Viña del Mar el 27 y las clases comienzan para todos el 31 de julio. Then we will have activities during the semester. The dates may change, but I hope there are not going to be many changes. Yeah, the UAI Day is our anniversary, so it's going to be on October 4th. And then during October is one of our international months because we are promoting exchange experiences for local students. So you're going to be an important part of that. So that's why we wanted to motivate you to be an ambassador of your university and your country, so you can talk to local students and help them to learn about what your country or your university have to offer, so they can decide to go abroad, and maybe that way it will be easier for them to decide where to go. That's one of the main focus on those activities, ¿ya? Entonces en octubre vamos a tener el Día de la Universidad, el 4 de octubre, y luego tenemos también las ferias internacionales, porque octubre es nuestro mes del intercambio. Entonces, durante ese tiempo vamos a promover que los estudiantes chilenos puedan salir de intercambio, y por eso es importante que ustedes puedan ser embajadores de sus universidades y de sus países y puedan motivar a los chilenos a ir de intercambio, ya que ustedes puedan ayudar con eso. We will also have a break, semana de pausa, from October 9 to October 13. So that's a week off for you to travel. Try to travel during that week and not miss classes, okay? This is really important. ¿Ya? Entonces, aprovechen de viajar si quieren en la semana de pausa entre el 9 y el 13 de octubre y traten de no viajar tanto para no perder clases, o sea, en otros momentos del semestre. Traten de viajar cuando puedan perder la menor cantidad de clases. Y luego, ya near the end of the semester, we're going to have the period of academic service and satisfaction survey. So this is really important. We will need that in order to issue the transcripts at the end of the semester. Yeah, it's really important. The academic surveys are mandatory, so you have to do that for every class you're going to take. And then we will send you a different link for our program satisfaction survey. Then we'll have a farewell activity here on campus by the middle of November. Classes will end on the 24th of November, and then the exams period will start from November 27th to December 13th. We cannot tell the dates of the exams in advance, as this is informed by the undergraduate department. So this will be announced probably by the end of October, okay? So we cannot tell when the exams are gonna be. And not necessarily they're gonna be at the same time and day of the class, okay? So keep your mind open to that, because sometimes you may have an exam on Friday and maybe you don't have classes on Friday, okay? Entonces vamos a tener los surveys de académico y de satisfacción general del programa cerca de en la mitad de noviembre. Luego también nuestra actividad de despedida en la mitad de noviembre aquí en el campus. Las clases van a terminar el 24 de noviembre y el periodo de exámenes comienza después de eso, desde el 27 de noviembre al 13 de diciembre. Las fechas de los exámenes no las podemos anunciar con anticipación porque lo determina el departamento de pregrado, y eso se anuncia generalmente con un mes de anticipación, lo que significa que tendremos esa información probablemente cerca del finales de octubre, ¿ya? Las fechas y días de exámenes no necesariamente son iguales a las fechas o a los días en que tienes clases, ¿ok? Así que la idea es mantener la mente abierta, porque es probable que puedas tener un examen un día viernes, aunque no tengas clases los viernes, ¿ok? So the official end of the semester is December 14, after the final day of the period of exams. And transcript will be sent from December 15 until January 5th. That's our deadline, actually, January 5th. Okay, but it will depend on how long it takes to the professors to upload the final grades, okay? And this is just a website that you can check to have an idea. on how much does it cost to live in Chile. Of course, prices are high in every country, but Chile is a good and I would say still not that expensive country, okay? And of course, you can always save money. If you're living with a group of friends, it's gonna be easier to save money because you can buy food for the apartment and you can cook. Not necessarily you need to go and go out to eat. So there are good ways to save money, okay? But you can check on this website to have an idea of how much does it cost to live in Chile. Entonces pueden chequear en este sitio web algunos precios que les van a ayudar a tener una idea de cuánto cuesta o qué tan caro puede ser vivir en Chile. Chile dentro de todo es un país que no tan caro en comparación a otros, pero obviamente los precios están altos en gran parte del mundo, pero esto les puede ayudar a tener una idea y por supuesto si es que van a vivir con otros amigos o con otros extranjeros pueden compartir gastos. Al comprar comida en conjunto, pueden ahorrar dinero también cocinando siempre en casa, no saliendo tanto a comer afuera. Hay distintas maneras de ahorrar dinero, ¿ya? Pero pueden chequear este sitio web para tener más referencia. Pueden seguirnos en Instagram, Facebook. Actually, it's like, I don't know who uses Facebook anymore, but we still have our Facebook account. But you can follow us on Instagram. If you haven't done it yet, you can take a look at our activities and the things that we are doing. And you can also check our website for more information. We're still updating a few details there, but it's pretty accurate by now. Okay, so pueden chequear nuestras redes sociales. Facebook prácticamente está olvidado, pero Instagram muy activo, así que pueden ver lo que estamos haciendo, las actividades que hemos tenido, y en nuestro sitio web también pueden revisar, está bastante actualizado, hay algunas actualizaciones pendientes, pero hay bastante información ahí. ¿Ya? Y esta foto, vamos a tomar una foto similar cuando ustedes lleguen, so we're going to take a picture like this once you arrive, so hope you are getting excited. I'm gonna stop and I'm gonna turn my camera on. You can turn it on if you want. I'm gonna check the chat. And now we will have time to answer your questions and to talk a little bit about anything you may know. So I'm gonna start from here. Jamie, sí, los equipos deportivos están en las dos sedes. Sport teams are available in both campuses, but probably there may be changes. But the main sports are available in both campuses. Are the international student teams for international students in Chile? So outside or as well? No, just for UAE students, but you can play against other universities. But it's just for, it's open for international students, but only at UAE. ¿Qué tipo de deporte? Well, you can check later because there's a link there in the slide, so you can have an idea of what kind of sports are available. To the subject in English. Sí, todos los, I heard that last year things should finish before exams. Yeah, okay, this is Joshua. Oh, you are from Australia, so I think it's really late for you. So I really appreciate that you are here. The subject in English have final exams, but sometimes the exams are considered within the period of classes, not in the period of exams, but all the classes have exams. But sometimes the professors decide that the exam is going to be a paper or an oral test. That will depend on the professor, but all the classes will have exams. Spanish language courses are only available in Viña, yes. The same with the courses in English, okay? Our main offer of courses in English, the one that we prepare for international students, are available in Viña del Mar. In Santiago, we are working with the schools, as I mentioned at the beginning, to have a few courses in English, but those are not courses especially designed for international students. But I'm going to give you more information about this when I talk about academics and when I share the academic offer next week. It's a problem if we miss the orientation session on July 5th. No, it's not a problem, but of course you will need to check the presentation and this session, the recording of the session, because there I'm going to show you how to enroll courses, okay? We won't have enough time until the date of enrollment, but the idea is you can check the at least the presentation so you can know how to enroll courses, because you're going to have to do it on your own. Is there a skiing team? No, I'm sorry, there's no skiing team. No, in Santiago either. Ya, teniendo en cuenta las fechas, aproximadamente tendríamos que estar en Chile para el 26 de julio. Sí, la idea es que tú, no recuerdo si vas a estudiar en Santiago o en Viña del Mar, pero me imagino que puede ser en Santiago. La idea es que todos participen el día de bienvenida, ¿ya? Así que si vas a llegar, la idea es que puedas llegar tal vez el 25 de julio para estar el 26 y luego tengas unos pocos días para conocer el sector donde vas a vivir y acostumbrarte un poco a hacer tu rutina previo al inicio del semestre, ¿ya? But the idea is that, I mean, at least there's an important reason. Don't miss the welcome day, okay? Because we're going to show you the university. You're going to get to meet a lot of people during that day. So try to not miss it unless, of course, you cannot because of that important reason, okay? Yeah, okay. The 90 days period for staying in the country is renewable. Yes. You can renew it by re-entering the country. So if you're planning to travel outside of Chile during the semester, the permiso will be renewed automatically once you return. If you're not planning to travel out of Chile within the first 90 days, you will have to ask for an extension, and that you can do it online. Probably they will ask you to upload any kind of document or something saying why you need to stay longer, and you will have to pay $100. So if you're planning to travel, of course, this is going to be done automatically. Are there tennis courts? No, unfortunately, no, we don't have tennis. There are a few tennis courts outside of the university, but of course you will have to pay to use them. But we don't have a tennis team at the university. That we don't have it. El horario, ¿cuándo lo tendremos? La próxima semana, es lo que decía al principio, estamos todavía definiendo la oferta académica, por lo tanto no tenemos claro aún cuáles son los cursos y sus horarios, pero esperamos que eso pueda estar disponible la próxima semana, okay? The schedule, I hope it's going to be available soon, so I can send it and share it with you on Monday. Is it easy to find an apartment after arrival in Chile, or will you recommend renting something before we get there? I know some of you have been in contact because someone needed a roommate and some other students were looking for roommates. So I don't know if you are in the WhatsApp group, but I would recommend to try to rent before, but make sure that you're contacting someone like legal, you know, so you can actually, I'm going to be renting the room. I know there's a realtor, so some of you, I think, have contacted him. So let me know later if you have that information. or if you need to contact someone in regards of this, but I will recommend to rent before coming to Chile. Julius, is it legal to study in Chile without a visa? Yes and no, because as I was mentioned, the law changed last year, and the law allows people to come to Chile to study. But the thing is that this is allowed for 90 days. Of course, the semester will last more than that. But as you have the opportunity to renew this permiso for an extra 90 days period, you could actually be able to study for one semester, okay? So it's legal, but on the other side, we know you're gonna be studying here for more than 90 days. But so you're gonna be traveling probably, that will be considered to a new period of stay, of legal stay in Chile, okay? I will recommend, I mean, if you're using the permiso to enter Chile, I would just show up at the airport and show my documents and papers. And if they ask, you may say that you're gonna be studying. But if they don't ask, I mean, you'll be just like a tourist, okay? Unfortunately, there's no much information or contact information to ask for more specific details. So it will depend on the police officer if they are trying to find out more, or why are you coming, or what are you going to be doing. So I will recommend to just show the documents and wait until what they say, and then you can decide how much information you're going to give them, okay? I really apologize because these have been really complicated because there's no more information and there's no one to ask to give us accurate and official information. So the only thing that we know is that you can apply for the visa. I know some students already have received their visa in a 2 months period. So hopefully if you apply for the visa, I really hope that you can get it on time. But if not, I mean, it says that you can come to study and without needing the visa. And as I was saying before, most of the students will be traveling out of the country, so it will renew automatically. So it shouldn't be a problem, okay? In the visa slide, there's a link, so you will be able to check that. Now, also, fortunately, it's available in English, because until a few months ago, the information was only available in Spanish. So now you can have it in English, and you can have that as a proof, just in case when you're entering to Chile, you can just use that to prove that you can come to study without the visa. Now, if you're planning to stay for a year, the recommendation will be to get the visa, okay? Because of course there's a long stay, and of course it's more than just 90 days, and you will know that in advance. So in that case, the visa will be required. Live, la inscripción de cursos es lo mismo que hacer la matrícula la hacemos en nuestra universidad, ¿no? No sé a qué te refieres en particular con la matrícula. Para nosotros la matrícula es cuando entras por primera vez a una universidad, ¿ya? No es algo que tengas que pagar mensualmente. Si te refieres a un pago mensual, eso sí se ve con tu universidad. A nosotros no tienes que pagarnos nada, ¿ya? Si no eres, o sea, si por la inscripción de cursos no nos tienes que pagar directamente, ¿ok? Eso lo ves a través de la universidad. La inscripción de cursos es el momento en que tú entras en la plataforma y seleccionas los cursos que vas a tomar el próximo semestre, ¿ok? The course enrollment, I don't know if what a matrícula will mean in other countries, but for us, enrollment of courses is the moment where you're logging in with your UAE credentials that are going to be shared later in a few weeks. You log in with that credentials, and then you select the classes you want to take. And when that's done, that's the enrollment of courses, and that's it. Is there an athletics team at the Santiago campus? I'm not sure, but you can check on the when I share the presentation, you can check there at the link all the team, and probably you will get more information when you're here, okay? Because not all the information is always posted or published, okay? So I think it's gonna be easier for you to find out once you're already here. When we'll have to pay the semester fees when we come as a free movers? After the semester starts, okay? So we will give you information about that later, because it will depend on the amount of courses you're gonna be taking. Jonathan, I heard that if we don't have a ticket out of Chile, it can be complicated to get a tourist visa. Can we actually get a tourist visa without having to prove we have a ticket out? Well, it depends on, well, most of you don't need to apply for a tourist visa. You just need to show up at the airport and saying that you're coming here to Chile. You can say to travel or to study. But in that case, if you don't have to get out, I will say that you're here and you're going to be traveling in South America. So that's why you don't have a ticket out. Okay. But of course, there you can get a lot of questions, okay, if you don't get the other ticket, but it shouldn't be a problem. But if you, for example, have tickets to or have planned to travel to Peru, for example, or Argentina, you can say that you're planning to go out in that date, but you don't have the tickets yet. If you want to travel through Chile, would you recommend to buy a car and sell it again after stay? To buy a car, it will be super expensive. You could rent a car, but it will depend on what kind of trips you would like to know. I mean, you would like to do. Because I've heard of a lot of students that rent a car and they go to the south of Chile, and that's it. And then they rent another one to go to San Pedro in the north, for example. But I will say it will be impossible for you to buy a car and to sell it because it's really, really expensive.
Do you hear me? Because
yes.
this was my question, because it's actually about having the car for the whole time, not only like for like some for some couple of days or weeks.
Yeah.
And I just want to know if it's easy to sell a car again in Chile, or if it takes a longer time.
It will depend on the kind of car, but because of all the high prices we're having, you can buy a small car for like 8 million pesos. It's really expensive, and probably you won't be able to buy it because you're an international or a foreigner, actually, and it will be even harder to sell it. So I would recommend just to rent a car if you want to travel by car, or to plan a trip on a different way. But I would say it's not a good idea. I understood that it was for the semester, but if it's just to travel, I will recommend just to rent a car for a specific trip. Okay.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Aparte de los exámenes de diciembre, ¿cuándo son los exámenes parciales? Eso depende de cada clase. Los profesores van a dar la información o la planificación del curso al principio de cada clase. Okay, so the classes, the test or quizzes, all that kind of controls during the semester will be informed by every professor. So we only know the period of exams is by the end of November and middle December, but the other dates, the other calendar, it will depend on every professor. ¿sabes si hay vacunas que hay que hacer o que están recomendadas para llegar a Chile? No, ninguna vacuna es requerida. You don't need any kind of vaccines. Not even the COVID one is required now. But it's not like you're going to Brazil that you need the yellow fever vaccine. No, for Chile, to enter Chile, it's not necessary to get any vaccine. ¿Ya? Ningún tipo de vacuna es necesaria para entrar a Chile. Ya, libre, vale, entonces hacemos la inscripción, pero no hay que pagar. No, si eres un exchange student, no, todo eso se mantiene con tu universidad de origen. ¿Ya? Con nosotros solo se hace el proceso de inscripción de cursos. Eva, aparte de la semana del break de octubre, ¿hay otro día de fiesta como el Día Internacional del Chile? Sí, no recuerdo y tal vez no lo leí en el calendario, pero tal vez lo pasé por alto. Sí, es el lunes 18 y 19 de septiembre. Esas son nuestras fiestas de independencia. Okay, so we will have Monday and Tuesday, September 18 and 19 are our independence days. So those days are off. So that will be a short week for you with classes from Wednesday through Friday. If you're planning to travel, I would recommend to try to spend this holiday in Chile. We have a lot of activities, a lot of typical food. So if you can stay here, try to spend these holidays here or traveling in different cities, but in Chile. It will be a good experience. So I would recommend to try to stay in Chile for that. ¿Ya? Así que traten de pasar nuestras fiestas de independencia 18 y 19 de septiembre en Chile o viajando, pero por Chile, ¿ya? Para que de verdad puedan disfrutar esta experiencia. Van a comer mucha comida, van a poder bailar, van a poder disfrutar de nuestras tradiciones típicas, ¿ya? So try to stay in Chile for those celebrations. And I think we don't have another... Yeah, I think in August we will have another day off, a religious holiday, but I will have to check because sometimes when we have a holiday in the middle of the week, the government decide to move it to the Monday before, and that so we can have an extra a long weekend. So I will have to check that, and we will have to, I can share an updated academic calendar considering all the holidays. And during the break week, for example, that's an example actually. We have Columbus Day on October 12th, right? But the government decided to move it to Monday, October 9th. That's why the university decided to use that holiday to start the break week. ¿Ya? Entonces, pronto les voy a poder mandar un calendario actualizado que considere todos nuestros feriados, nuestros días festivos, porque el gobierno muchas veces cuando hay un día libre, un día feriado que cae un día miércoles o martes, decide moverlo, cambiar aunque no sea el mismo número del día, cambiarlo al día lunes. De esa manera podemos tener un fin de semana más largo, ¿ya? Entonces voy a poder darles un calendario con esa información actualizada. ¿Cómo hacemos para nuestra tarjeta de teléfono? Quiero saber si vale la pena comprar una localmente de 6 meses si es caro. No, las tarjetas de teléfono no son caras, pero obviamente tu teléfono tiene que estar liberado para poder usar una tarjeta de otro país, ¿ya? Muchas veces sí, cuando el teléfono no está liberado, los estudiantes deciden comprar un teléfono muy básico para poder hacer llamadas o usar datos locales, ¿ya? So it's not expensive. You can buy a SIM card, a Chilean SIM card, but of course the phone must be unlocked, so you can change the cards. Yeah, but sometimes students decide to buy a really cheap phone to use it just to local calls and sometimes WhatsApp. Yeah, so that's a chance. I don't know if you have more questions, but that was the idea for this meeting, just to show you a little bit of what we will have to offer next semester, and to solve any doubt, any question you may have. As I was saying before, I'm gonna ask you, or ask how many of you will use the permiso transitorio to enter Chile, and how many of you applied or are applying for the visa. I heard that at least 2 students already got their visas in a 2-month period. So hopefully many of you that have applied for the visa can get it on time. ¿Ya? Así que bueno, esta era la idea de esta reunión, poder darles información y responder preguntas. Así que si tienen alguna otra duda, me la pueden mencionar ahora. Les voy a mandar un mail luego para preguntar también cuántos de ustedes van a entrar con el permiso transitorio y cuántos han solicitado o están en proceso de solicitar la visa. ¿Ya? Afortunadamente el periodo está siendo un poco más reducido. Ya hemos tenido al menos 2 estudiantes que han recibido su visa en un periodo de 2 meses, así que tengo fe de que puedan mucho más recibir la visa a tiempo los que ya la han solicitado. ¿Ya? Así que no sé, do you have any other question? We'll have the other meeting on July 5th, so you can, I'm sure you'll have a lot of questions there because we're going to talk about academics, but that's the idea, to give you this space to talk and to answer your questions. ¿Ya? Así que si no tienen más preguntas, tenemos la próxima reunión el 5 de julio, ahí podemos, seguramente van a tener muchas preguntas porque vamos a hablar de lo académico, pero esta era la idea, tener este espacio para conversar y responder sus preguntas. De todas maneras, vamos a seguir en constante comunicación con algunos correos más en los próximos días, así que eso sería todo entonces, y nos mantenemos en contacto. Así que muchas gracias a todos. Espero que no haya sido difícil entender mi español. He tratado de hablar más lento para que puedan escucharme sin generar estrés. Así que muchas gracias a todos y nos vemos pronto. Chao, chao.
Gracias, Carlos.
De nada,
Gracias.
chao.
Adiós.